Do you ever feel like your belly fat has its own stubborn personality? Like every salad, every workout, every ounce of sweat you pour in just rolls off that soft ring of fat the way water beads off a raincoat. Give me the next 10 minutes, and I'll hand you 5 research-backed levers that reliably deflate that subcutaneous belly fat. No gimmicks, no gadgets, no starvation cleanses, and absolutely no fat-melting creams. Just hard science translated into practical daily habits that work in the real world. Now let's get our definitions straight. When most people say belly fat, they mix two separate beasts into one big psychological monster. Beast number 1 is visceral fat, the deep, hormonally nasty layer wrapped around your liver and pancreas, the star of our last video. Beast number 2, today's headline act, is subcutaneous abdominal fat, the stuff you can actually pinch between your thumb and forefinger. It's the muffin top that taunts you every time you sit in the car or try to zip up your favorite jeans. Doctors sometimes treat subcu fat like a cosmetic afterthought because it's metabolically quiet than visceral fat. But let's be clear, quieter doesn't mean silent. A 2020 European Journal of Endocrinology cohort study found that people with higher subcutaneous abdominal fat had elevated IL-6 and TNF-alpha, two inflammatory cytokines that raise cardiovascular risk. And that same study found a direct correlation between that soft belly layer and lower adiponectin, the hormone that helps your body burn fat and stay insulin sensitive. And let's talk biomechanics. Extra mass hanging off the front of your torso changes your center of gravity. Over time, it pulls your lumbar spine into hyperlordosis, compresses discs, and literally shortens your stride length. Translation: achy lower back, cranky knees, and a gait that looks older than you feel. So while visceral fat is the serial killer working in the shadows, sub-Q belly fat is more like the loud party guest who overstays the welcome and leaves red Solo cups everywhere. Annoying, messy, and not entirely harmless. But the good news is that subcutaneous fat is far more obedient than visceral fat once you give it the right instructions, because it's laced with beta-adrenergic receptors, the kind that respond to catecholamines released during exercise and caloric deficit. It will vacate the premises faster than its grumpy visceral cousin. So if you've ever thought, why bother, it's genetic, it's just my body type, hold that thought. Genetics load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. Today we're putting the safety back on. Alright, so cue the tiny violin for the inevitable calories in, calories out debate. Yes, energy balance rules the kingdom, but it's not the only law of the land. Hormones, food quality, and muscle mass decide how that law is enforced. Protein first. So in a 2023 Proline randomized trial from the British Journal of Sports Medicine, they took 220 adults and they split them into a standard protein deficit, that's basically 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, and a high protein deficit, 1.8 grams per kilogram. 12 weeks later, the high protein group lost 44% more subcutaneous abdominal fat while preserving almost all lean tissue. The mechanism? Protein not only spikes muscle building and mTOR signaling, but it also amps up diet-induced thermogenesis by about 20%, meaning you burn extra calories just digesting it. Aim for 25 to 35 grams of quality protein. Think Greek yogurt, eggs, lentils, fish at every single meal. And next up is fiber, and specifically soluble fiber. So a 2022 meta-analysis in Nutrients covering 27 randomized control trials showed that each added 10 grams of soluble fiber per day trimmed an average of 3.7 centimeters of waist circumference in 8 weeks, independent of calorie intake. Soluble fiber ferments in your gut to create short-chain fatty acids, little metabolic messengers that boost fat oxidation and suppress appetite via GLP-1. Want practical targets? Half a cup of cooked black beans gives you 7 grams. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds gives you another 6. Hit 30 grams total dietary fiber daily, and you're in the metabolic sweet spot. And carbs aren't the enemy, but timing matters. Eating your starches, so brown rice, oats, sweet potatoes, around your workouts refills muscle glycogen rather than spilling over into fat storage. Insulin sensitivity peaks after exercise. So those carbs go towards repair, not spare tire expansion. And finally, liquid calories. One 16-ounce caramel latte sneaks in 250 calories and 36 grams of sugar. Do that daily and you're effectively strapping an IV drip of visceral and subcutaneous fat fertilizer into your arm. Swap in black coffee or sparkling water with a squeeze of citrus. That single habit shift can create a painless 1,500 calorie per week deficit, roughly a half pound of fat gone every 2 weeks. No extra willpower required. So what are some common myths? Myth number 1, if I just hammer 50 crunches every night, that belly fat will melt. A 2021 controlled trial out of the Illinois state had participants complete 2,000 sit-ups over 6 weeks. They measured abdominal endurance, great improvement, but subcutaneous fat and thickness by ultrasound, statistically unchanged. crunches train muscle, not localized lipolysis. Myth number 2, sweating equals fat loss. Sauna culture lovers, I'm here with you on relaxation benefits and transient cardiovascular perks. But the pounds you see disappear on the scale post-sauna are water, not adipose. Rehydrate and it's back. The same with neoprene waist belts. They trap heat, promote sweat, often irritate skin, but they don't stimulate fat oxidation. Myth number 3, stay in the famous fat-burning heart rate zone, around 60% of max, because that's where you burn fat. But here's the nuance. At lower intensities, yes, you burn a higher percentage of calories from fat, but the total calorie burn per minute is lower. A 2024 review in Sports Medicine found that sessions combining Zone 2 base work with short hit spikes yielded the greatest 24-hour fat loss because post-exercise oxygen consumption stayed elevated for hours. Myth number 4, keto is the only diet that targets belly fat. Ketogenic diets absolutely drop insulin and can accelerate visceral fat loss in the short term. But sub-Q fat responds to any diet that creates a sustained negative energy balance. The Direct Plus trial in Gut in 2021 compared Mediterranean, low-fat, and green Mediterranean diets. All 3 reduced subcutaneous abdominal fat when calories were equated. And the green med arm, rich in polyphenols from green tea and walnuts, it did the best. Proof there's more than one metabolic road to Rome. So the practical application, your 5-lever blueprint. Lever number 1, NEAT, your stealth calorie killer. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis can swing by up to 2,000 calories between a sedentary and an active day. In a 2024 JAMA study, bumping step counts from 4,000 to 10,000 reduced waist size by 2.2 centimeters in just 12 weeks, even without formal workouts. So tactics, park in the back row, pace while on calls, take stairs 2 at a time, do 1 Tabata of bodyweight squats during loading screens. Lever number 2, resistance training. Muscle is metabolic armor. So 3 full body sessions a week, squats, deadlifts, presses, rows, drives up resting metabolic rate by roughly 7% according to a 2023 Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports trial. Progressive overload is your mantra. Heavier weight, more reps, or shorter rest. And women worry less about bulking. With a modest calorie deficit, you'll gain definition, not mass. Lever number 3, Zone 2 cardio foundation plus a HIIT spark. 2 45-minute Zone 2 rides, runs, or rows enhance mitochondrial density. On a separate day, tack on an 8 to 12-minute HIIT finisher, 30-second all-out intervals with 90-second recoveries, times 8 rounds. Catecholamines skyrocket, beta receptors on your belly fat open, and triglycerides exit the cell and enter the oxidation highway. Lever number 4, sleep and stress hygiene, the hormonal throttle. You want to aim for at least 8 hours of sleep per night with a consistent bedtime, blackout curtains, and a 65-degree Fahrenheit room. A 2018 study in sleep saw a 55% increase in abdominal fat gain over 5 years in short sleepers, defined as less than 6 hours per night, versus adequate sleepers. Here are sleep with stress off-ramps: 10 minutes of box breathing, journaling, or tech-free sunset walk, lower cortisol, higher fat loss traction. And lever number 5, alcohol austerity. 1 nightly glass of wine is 150 calories, 1,050 weekly, 54,600 yearly, roughly 15 pounds of potential fat. Beyond calories, alcohol fragments REM sleep and bumps cortisol. Strategy, alcohol-free weekdays. 2-drink cap on weekends. Never within 3 hours of bedtime. Your liver, sleep cycle, and waistline will send you thank you notes. So part 5, the final takeaways, your 30-day momentum plan. Number 1, anchor every meal with protein and fiber. You want to shoot for 30 grams of protein and at least 8 grams of soluble fiber each plate. Greek yogurt parfait with berries and chia at breakfast. Lentil avocado power bowl at lunch. Salmon and roasted Brussels at dinner. Number 2, schedule movement like meetings. 3 lift sessions, 2 Zone 2 blocks, and 1 HIIT finisher. Number 3, 10,000 steps minimum. Set an hourly move alarm. Use a cheap pedometer or your phone. Gamify with friends. Number 4, digital sunset. Phone off, lights low, book open 1 hour before bed. Good sleep keeps cortisol in check and growth hormone pulses intact. Number 5, measure waist biweekly, same conditions. Morning, post-bathroom, relaxed exhale. Tape at the navel. A 1 to 2 centimeter drop per month is real progress, and you should celebrate it. And lastly, process, not perfection. Applaud the day you hit your protein goal, the walk you added after dinner, the drink you skipped at happy hour. Momentum compounds. Remember, biology isn't stubborn, it's logical. Give your body amino acids to preserve muscle, fiber to tame hunger, movement to demand calories, and sleep to balance hormones. And that soft ring around your waist will gradually, then suddenly loosen its grip. Pick one lever, just one. You can implement it right now. Maybe it's a 20-minute walk after dinner or swapping your sugary latte for black coffee. Drop it in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. Stay consistent, stay curious, and stay kind to the future version of yourself who's about to discover a looser waistband and a stronger core. And as always, I thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks.